Life has a way of throwing storms our way. Sometimes, these storms come with relentless force, leaving us feeling battered and weary. You may be watching this video right now, engulfed in your own tempest, wondering if there's still any point in holding on. I want you to know that even in the darkest storms, there is a flicker of hope that you can cling to, and that hope is found in trusting God. Together, let's embark on a journey of faith, resilience, and unwavering prayer, even when the winds of despair seem overpowering. Have you ever experienced that eerie calm before a storm? Everything seems serene and peaceful, and then suddenly the clouds roll in and chaos ensues. Life can feel like that. One moment you're coasting along, and the next you're facing turbulent times. It's often in these moments of confusion and disruption that our faith is tested the most. When the storms of life hit, it can feel like everything is spiraling out of control. Yet this is the perfect time to lean into your relationship with God. Remember, even when life feels uncertain, God is steadfast and He remains in control of the situation. Imagine standing in the eye of the storm, where it's eerily quiet amidst the chaos swirling around you. Similarly, when life throws its hardest battles at us, we can still find that inner peace by trusting God. The Bible reminds us, hope is the anchor of the soul, Hebrews 6:19. When all else seems lost, hope in Him can be your anchor. Trust, my friend, that these turbulent times are not wasted. They're part of a greater plan, a way for God to mold and shape you into who He designed you to be. In moments where despair thickens the air like a heavy fog, prayer becomes our lifeline. It is in our prayers that we find solace and strength. When you feel like your circumstances are hopeless, remember, God delights in our cries for help. Just as a child longs for their parents' comforting embrace, we too are invited to seek God's presence in prayer. No prayer is too small, and no plea for help too insignificant. Keep praying, even when the answers seem miles away. Sometimes, it's in the waiting that we find our greatest strength. What does it mean to have courage in the storm? It means being brave enough to trust that God has not forgotten you. You may feel abandoned or terribly alone, but the truth is, God is right there with you in the tempest. When the waves of doubt crash against you, remind yourself of the promises found in Scripture. God has promised never to leave or forsake us. What a beautiful assurance! Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to take the next step despite it. So keep moving forward, one prayer at a time. Storms can be painful, but they can also prompt profound growth. Think about a time in your life when you overcame a significant challenge. You may not have wanted to go through it, but the lessons learned were invaluable. In the storm of life, God has a way of transforming our pain into purpose. As you cling to Him, you might discover a calling you never imagined before. The struggles you face can enrich your story and equip you to help others navigating their own storms. As we endure the storm, sometimes we can lose sight of the light beyond it. Trusting God is inherently linked to waiting for divine breakthrough. This waiting period isn't easy. It often feels stagnant and excruciating. Yet, it is also a sacred time where God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating things that you cannot yet see. Like a flower that blooms only after an arduous season, your breakthrough will come if you keep trusting and praying. God is faithful to His word. One of the most powerful sanctuaries during a storm is finding community. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift and encourage you can make a significant difference. When your faith feels shaky, leaning on others in prayer can be a source of strength. Don't hesitate to reach out. Share your burdens and allow others to pray with and for you. Just as Jesus had His disciples, we too are called to live in harmony with one another, lifting each other up amidst life's storms. In community, we can find renewed hope and courage, like strings in a rope that, when bound together, are more difficult to break. Have you ever thought about the fact that God is greater than the storm? He created the winds and the waves. They obey His voice. They obey His voice. When you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to acknowledge the greatness of God. Meditating on His sovereignty can shift your perspective. While storms come and go, God's love for you remains unchanged. Remember the disciples caught in a storm on the sea. Jesus was on board, and He calmed the winds with just a word. That same power is available to you today. As we walk through life, the storms we face often give way to renewal. Think of rain that nourishes the earth and allows it to bloom anew. The analogy is strikingly similar. After one of life's tough seasons, you may emerge stronger, wiser, and more attuned to God's voice. This journey of renewal can be an enriching experience and a beautiful testament to God's faithfulness. When the storm passes, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned and how you've grown. Renewal is often the birthright of those who place their trust in God. The temptation to rush through storms is strong. We long for resolution and clarity. However, trusting God's timing means believing that He knows what's best for you, even when the wait seems interminable. Sometimes delays are necessary for preparation. Think of the caterpillar that must go through complete transformation before becoming a butterfly. God is preparing your heart for the next chapter of your life. His timing is perfect. Rest assured in that. Trust that He loves you deeply and wants you to experience the fullness of joy and peace that comes after the storm. Certainties, small acts of faith can yield significant results. It may be something as simple as sharing your testimony with someone or taking a moment to bless someone in need. These acts might feel small in the grand picture of your storm, but they create ripples that potentially touch countless lives. They serve as a reminder that even when we are struggling, we can still be vessels of hope and light to others. Let courage propel you to act even when you feel weary. In the depths of despair, allow yourself to remember God's promise of restoration. Just like rain rejuvenates the earth, God has the power to restore what's been lost. There is a biblical principle that says, He will restore the years that the locust has eaten. Joel 2:25. Whatever has been stripped away from you in this storm, whether it be joy, peace, or hope, God can replenish it in abundance. Hold on to that promise, as it can serve as a lighthouse guiding you home amidst the stormy seas. Learning to trust God during the storms involves cultivating a heart of expectation. When you're in the midst of chaos, it can be hard to believe that anything good can come out of your situation. But keep your eyes open to the beautiful surprises God has in store for you. As you continue to pray and seek Him, watch for the small miracles each day. Sometimes, those miracles may be as simple as a kind word from a friend or a moment of peace amidst the chaos. Living in expectation helps to transform your mindset and heart to be open to God's movements in your life. As we walk through the storm, consider what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. What story will you share about your experience facing adversity? Your journey through tough times could inspire or encourage someone else who finds themselves in a similar situation. Trusting God amidst the chaos doesn't just affect your own faith. It reverberates and influences those around you. Choose to be a beacon of hope, sharing how trusting God changed your life, allowing others to find courage in their storms. In the midst of our most challenging moments, it can be easy to lose sight of gratitude and praise. Yet praising God during storms is like setting the sails in the right direction. Praise elevates our spirits and shifts our focus from our troubles to the greatness of God. When you declare His goodness, even in the chaos, you are inviting His presence into your situation. It's a potent reminder that He reigns over everything, including your storms. Whether it's through worship songs or simple declarations of faith, let your praise be your weapon against despair. Your heart will begin to align with His promises, and you will start to feel His peace envelop you, soothing the tumult within. Throughout history, countless individuals have faced storms, yet emerged stronger through their faith. Consider the story of Job, a man who lost everything but still declared, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job 13:15. His unwavering trust in God served as a powerful testament to those around him, and today his story continues to inspire millions. Similarly, you have your own story that could touch hearts and ignite hope in others. Your journey through trials can become a beacon of inspiration, encouraging others to hold on to their faith even when things seem bleak. Think about a beautiful tapestry. From one side, it may appear messy and chaotic, but when viewed from the other side, a breathtaking picture emerges. Your life may feel like a tangled mess at times, but God is weaving something beautiful through your struggles. Each thread, each painful experience adds to the overall design. Trust that God is using your storms to create a masterpiece, one that glorifies Him and tells a story of His grace. As you endure, remember that every hardship is a thread in this beautiful tapestry, and one day you will see the full image of what He has crafted through your trials. Scripture is a profound source of comfort and strength during storms. The promises contained within the Bible can serve as lifelines, offering hope when you feel overwhelmed. When you lean into the Word, you're reminded of God's faithfulness and unchanging nature. Memorize verses that resonate with you and speak them boldly over your life. Let them be the anchor in times of uncertainty, reminding you that His power is made perfect in your weakness. Surround yourself with reminders of His promises, whether they are written on sticky notes around your home or shared through your conversations with friends. Sometimes storms force us to reevaluate our foundations. When the winds of change blow hard, it may reveal cracks we didn't notice before. Perhaps you've been building your life on the approval of others or material success. These are unstable foundations. A storm can be a divine invitation to rebuild on the solid rock that is Christ. As you seek His guidance, He will strengthen the foundations of your life, allowing you to withstand future storms with grace and confidence. This rebuilding process may take time and be uncomfortable, but trust that God is crafting something enduring. Darkness has a way of making it harder to see the path ahead. When you find yourself in a storm, the night can seem endless. Yet, remember that the night is not permanent. Just as surely as the sun rises each day, dawn will break for you. Don't lose heart. Even in your darkest moments, God is working. He is your light guiding you through the night. Hold on to that hope and keep walking towards the dawn. In the morning hours, you will see the light that dispels the darkness, illuminating the beauty that holds promise. Faith doesn't need to be grand, it just needs to be genuine. Jesus often spoke of faith as small as a mustard seed, which despite its size has the power to move mountains. In your storms, it's okay if your faith feels tiny. What matters is that you keep holding on. Cling to those small moments of belief, even if they feel insignificant. God can take that mustard seed and turn it into a flourishing life of hopes and dreams. Every act of faith is a step closer to the breakthroughs you seek. Keep planting those seeds, nurtured by your prayers, and watch how God cultivates growth from seemingly small beginnings. Throughout history, faithful followers have penned their struggles and triumphs as offerings to God. Consider creating your own psalm during this storm. Writing down your feelings, prayers, and praises can be cathartic and healing. It gives voice to your pain and joy, allowing you to lay everything before God. As you pour out your heart, you may find clarity, strength, and ongoing encouragement. Reflecting on your writings later may also remind you of how far you've come and the faithfulness of God during your journey. In the midst of trying times, it can be challenging to find joy, but joy is often found in the most unexpected places. It can emerge from laughter with a friend, a quiet moment in nature, or a warm cup of coffee. These small joys are reminders that life, even amid storms, holds beautiful moments. Actively seek these moments and allow them to spark gratitude in your heart. As you recognize and appreciate these glimmers of joy, you'll discover an uplifting grace that transcends your circumstances, helping you to endure the storm with a lighter heart. Vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness. Instead, it's an avenue to profound intimacy with God. When we express our doubts and fears openly to Him, we allow room for His presence and strength to fill us. There's immense power in acknowledging where we are struggling. Your honesty can lead to healing, opening your heart to deeper trust. Allow yourself to be vulnerable in your prayers. Share your frustrations, your fears, and even your anger. In return, you'll find a compassionate Father who understands your struggles and offers you grace to carry on. When you trust God through storms, you become a witness to His faithfulness. Reflect back on your life. Think of the times when it seemed impossible, yet God came through for you. Each victory, no matter how small, serves as a reminder that God is with you. Keep a record of these memories, recounting the times when hope flickered in the darkest nights. As you face new storms, remind yourself of past victories. This practice reinforces your faith, proving that while the storms may change, God's promises remain solid and true. In the throes of a storm, surrendering your control can be one of the hardest things to do, yet it often brings the most peace. The act of surrender involves letting go of what we cannot change and trusting God with the outcome. It's a reminder that we are not meant to carry our burdens alone. When you lay your troubles before Him, you invite divine help into your situation. This doesn't mean the storm will magically disappear, but it does mean you are no longer fighting it with your own limited strength. In surrender, there is freedom, and in freedom, you can find God's will unfolding in your life. Even in the most challenging storms, God is offering renewed strength each day. Just like the morning dew refreshes the earth, His grace renews us for the journey ahead. You don't have to carry yesterday's burdens into today. Trust that God's mercies are new every morning. Lamentations 3:22. 2:20. Whatever you're facing, commit it to Him and embrace the fresh strength He is giving you. Take each day as it comes, trusting that He has equipped you to handle every storm that life presents. Finally, remember that your light shines brightest in the midst of darkness. While you weather your storm, consider how your strength can encourage others. Share your story, reach out and support those who are struggling. In the collective experience of hardship, we can find community and encouragement. Your faith may inspire others to look up when they feel down. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement contributes to a ripple effect of hope that can touch countless lives. Be that light. Shine brightly in the storm and experience the profound truth that you are never truly alone. As we begin to wrap this journey up, I urge you to take a deep breath and focus on the peace that surpasses all understanding. Philippians 4:7. Even when everything around you feels chaotic, acknowledge the stillness God offers. Trust that He is working. He is pruning, shaping, and preparing you for something spectacular. Know that the storms are temporary, but the lessons and love you uncover along the way are eternal. As we conclude, I want to leave you with one final thought. Trust God and keep praying no matter how hopeless your life may seem. The storm may be fierce, but so is our God. Lean on Him, reach out in prayer, and never lose sight of His unwavering love for you. Together, let's face the storm head on, knowing that on the other side there is renewal, hope, and an unshakable faith that will sustain us through anything. Remember, you are never alone. God is with you in every wave, in every moment. Keep trusting, keep praying, for the dawn will break and joy will come again.